wins at Williston. In Class B, unbeaten Roulette visits once-beaten Munich. Both teams tied for 10th in this week's poll. First quarter, Munich's Matt Westfall lobs it into Marty McDonald. He'll connect on the turnaround. McDonald a game-high 30 for the Magicians. On the other end, Jay Johnson to Mike Kegley, who will hit for 2 in traffic. Kegley led the Comets with 23. Munich coach Jack Domain looks a bit concerned, but the Magicians prevail. Chris Worth with the double clutch move in the middle. Worth chips in 22 as Munich hands Roulette its first loss 80-76. A lot of scores tonight, so watch for your favorite. Unbeaten Langdon plays 9th-rated Munich for the 4th time this season. Langdon's Danny Phillips in the first quarter will put in a turnaround jumper on the way to 21 for the contest. Munich will answer at the first quarter buzzer. Justin Schomer for 3. It's good, and he gets 8 in all. In the second quarter, Russell Stremick of the Cardinals will get the inside pass for Langdon. Kind of a underhand scoop there and overhand, whatever, I don't know. Munich's Patrick Hall pops the three-pointer to add to his 12 points. And there you see him there. This one goes to overtime, and can you believe it? Munich wins it 64-60. Langdon ends the year 23-1. Munich 22-3. Munich going to state. All the losses, by the way, between those two teams came to each other. Rolla places.
Williams. They look for that of Henderson, but a steal by Hall. Look out, here comes Patrick Hall. Hall down for the jam. Hung on the rim. Well, they give it to Tate. Oh, there's a slam for the Munich Magicians. Here comes Henderson back on the other end. This game right now is featuring probably some of the finest athletes in the state of North Dakota. As Phillips and Hall will jump it up. Phillips came out of that starting lineup. He is set to play. Tip is up, controlled. It'll be Langdon basketball. Tibbetts gets it in the back court. Jade Tibbetts will bring it down. Tibbetts had a great third quarter last night to lead Langdon past Parcel Refusic. Inside to Phillips. Phillips back outside. Phillips is going to try for three. He gets it to go.
Except where he left off in the first half last night.
I don't think Stillers slept all night. He probably just kept it in his feeling, in his shooting hand. He probably put it on a pillow by itself all night. Schomer controls the ball. Langdon up 3-0 on a Stillers three-pointer. Langdon crowd will take part of this one early. They get it under and trying to get it into McDonald. The ball goes out of bounds. Munich, though, they're not the type of team that gets shook right away. They've been here many times. They know what to do down the stretch. Tibbetts with it, gets lost in the backdoor play. Tibbetts pulls up off the glass too hard. Rebound McDonald. McDonald had 15 rebounds last night along with 31 points. He is a key all the time on the floor. Tibbetts' shot won't go. Langdon up 3-0 in the corner to Patrick Hall. Hall with it. Looks up on top to Schomer playing with that wrapped leg. Up on top, here's Fletchock now to McDonald. First time he shoots, gets two.
They're definitely going to have some help on him inside.
Marty McDonald gets his first two of the ball game. Here it comes at the other end. Langdon, Tibbetts in two. Phillips in the paint for two.
They need some of the defense not to let Stillers handle the ball down the floor, and that could be a big key.
Marty McDonald will bring it down the floor for the Munich Magicians. Langdon up 5-2 early on, first period of the Region 3 Championship. West Call will pull it out for three. No good. Rebound Phillips inside for Langdon. The Stillers has States breaking down the right side. Stillers with the basketball gives off to Troy States on the baseline. States moving in for two. States gets his first two of the ball game. They bring it into Matt Westfall. Westfall picks up. Full court pressure put on by the Langdon Cardinals. They have a 5-point lead, 7-2 score. Westfall with it into McDonald. Marty McDonald dumps it out to Patrick Hall. His shot outside. Good. Patrick Hall outside, and he responds with a big J.
Well, see, they got Danny Phillips out on him. They're going to keep him outside, I think, try and keep Phillips out of the lane.
Langdon up by 2, 7-5. From underneath it goes. State steps out of bounds with the ball. Munich will get it back. Inbound is Schomer. They bring it into McDonald. Fletchock breaking down the other end. But Munich will work it down to set up the half-court offense. Here's McDonald driving to the hoop. McDonald dumps it off. There's a whistle and a foul as McDonald penetrates down the right side of the lane. And the foul, I believe, will be against Stillers.
Joe Crum's just going to have to give him some room a little bit out front when he got the ball, because otherwise he's going to go right by him.
Number 1 against Jason Stillers, and at the free throw line it will be Marty McDonald. No, he will not be at the line, excuse me. That is the only team foul. It was not a shooting violation. Schomer to inbound. They bring it to McDonald. Back out on the side, right wing. They'll bring it top of the key. Matt Westfall across to Fletchock in the corner to Patrick Hall. Into McDonald. The pass is ahead of McDonald. He can't hold on. Langdon gets it back on a Munich turnover. Troy States brings it down the far side of the court, has it out on the left wing. States with it, guarded there by Fletchock, man-to-man. Fletchock comes up with a big steal. Fletchock will bring the ball down. Munich's going to play nose-to-nose. Here's Patrick Hall. He traveled with it.
Yeah, he did. He stopped his feet on the catch.
Hall a little excited, lost it on traveling violation. That's 2 back-to-back turnovers by the Munich Magicians. Langdon will get it back. They're holding on to a 2-point lead, 7-5. Inbounds comes to Stillers, guarded there by Schomer. Munich trying to put on a press, but Langdon will bring it down the floor with Stillers controlling the ball over to Jade Pivot. Into Danny Phillips. Phillips 6-7 inside, puts the shot in the paint off the glass.
Like I said, I don't know. Munich just doesn't have anybody inside that can stop him from shooting when he wants to score.
Phillips has 4 in the ball game. Full court pressure put on by Langdon. Schomer brings it into Marty McDonald. McDonald will bring it up across that of Joel Crum. Langdon in a man-to-man D. Justin Fletchock controls over to Matt Westfall. They look in at McDonald. The pass is ahead of him. And they got bodies all over, white bodies all around. That of McDonald. Here's at the other end. A shot no good. Hall got on the net. They're going to give it to goaltending. Patrick Hall got on the net, and States will get the bucket.
Was in the cylinder when he hit the net.
They give States the bucket. That makes it a 6-point lead for Langdon, 11-5 early on in this Region 3 championship ball game. Down the other end, here's Matt Westfall to Justin Schomer. Munich needs to get the half court. They're looking inside of Marty McDonald each time down. Now they get it to Marty. Marty trying to move, gets the shot. It's hard. And that's going to be a boost there.
Troy States did a good job of helping out that time, and as Marty goes the bucket, State stayed his ground.
Langdon, of course, is concerned with McDonald. They get him with the first personal foul. State getting the charge on McDonald comes out. 4:14 to go here in the first period. Crockett into the ball game. Mike will take it down the right corner. They look in for Phillips to give it to Tibbett. Tibbett gets Westfall in the air. The bucket goes, and it counts. Jade Tibbett gets the bucket, and the foul is going to go against Matt Westfall, and that'll be his first. And Langdon comes out with all guns firing.
Langdon's really smoking right now. They're playing with a lot of emotion. It's just the only thing that they got to do. They got to keep it up for 28 minutes, because nobody's going to be out of this one.
13-5. It's an 8-point lead for the Cardinals. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Tibbetts gets his first 2 of the ball game. And this will be his first trip to the free throw line, shooting the 1. Trying to convert on a possible 3-point play. Free throw is good. Munich will need to settle down and patiently work it around. With it is Fletchock, Langdon man-to-man. Fletchock will go off the rotation and gets the bucket.
Munich, they're going to have the pressure. Come down and score right away. That's what they've got to be able to do.
Here comes Crockett down the other end of the floor for Langdon on offense. Traveling, he lost his pivot foot. He looked quickly underneath the Phillips, and when he turned around, he lost his balance, and he turns it over.
They'll learn to relax.
That's one thing, as we said, Munich has been here before. They may have that advantage as being relaxed and not wearing themselves down emotionally. Westfall outside, looks like he wanted the 3, drives inside, and a nice move, the bucket goes. And there's 4 unanswered points for Munich.
Yeah, they don't look at it. They don't feel like they're even feeling the pressure. They're coming down, running their offense. They're taking what's given to them, and they're scoring.
Here's Stillers with it, driving inside, dumps it off to Crockett on a nice pass for 2. Mike Crockett's first 2 of the ball game. 16-9 on the score. Schomer will bring it down the floor. Schomer with it. They try free up McDonald. Hall comes out on the right side. Hall will try for 3. That's off the mark. Rebound tipped around. Brought down by Joel Crum to Sillers. Sillers leads the fast break attack. Transition game for Sillers off the glass. Good. There's a whistle and nothing called. Nothing called. Sillers bucket goes.
That was after the shot. He was already on his way down when he hit McDonald on the charge. So they let it go.
Westfall outside to McDonald for 3. It won't go. Rebound by Tibbet. Schomer hounding him on defense. Schomer coming out the back door, hustling for all he's got. They want to travel as Munich. Here's Crockett. Dumps it into Phillips. Phillips inside. Shot in the paint for 2.
I don't know if Langdon's missed yet, have they?
I don't think so. I don't know for sure, but Phillips has hit 6 points, big buckets inside, and it's 20-9, 11-point lead here for Langdon with 2:14 to go yet in the first period. Patrick Hall with it out on the wing, gives it the right side, where it's picked up by that of Westfall to Marty McDonald. McDonald looks for a shot. Guarded there by Crum. Crum doing a good job defensively. Hall goes underneath against Phillips. Hall battling inside, gets the shot too hard off the window. Brought out by Sillers. Sillers wants to run the ball down the floor. Sillers with it. Looks down the left side, gives it out to Jade Tibbet. Tibbet's down the baseline. Tibbet drives for 2. Langdon is on fire.
They're really controlling the tempo. Right now, Munich's playing into Langdon's hands by coming down and moving the ball so quickly and forcing up quick shots. They don't want to do that.
And the Langdon crowd is playing as the 5th, or rather the 6th man tonight. They try and free up McDonald inside. Munich trailing 22-9. Here's a Westfall 3-pointer that gets the roll.
That's a big basket.
Crockett will bring it down. Langdon up by 10 with 1:18 to go in the second. They give it to Tibbetts. Tibbetts trying to drive with it, nowhere to go. Now will pull up the jumper, force the shot, rebound McDonald. And McDonald will be fouled by Tibbetts, who chased in after him.
Langdon's got to know that when it's not there, they've just got to run their offense and be a little patient.
You quoted us saying they're playing with emotion, and sometimes that can hurt a team.
You bet. They just got to realize that when it isn't there, they got to pull it out and be smart about it.
Jack DeMaine mentioned before in the pregame, as you listen in there, Munich needs to play smart basketball to win this one. He wants to slow it up. Chris Worth is into the ballgame. Looks at Patrick Hall over to McDonald. They'll free him up. McDonald's jumper, he gets the roll.
And Munich's coming down and sitting their offense to get their shots. And Langdon's got to do that too when the break isn't there.
Munich's gotten the roll twice, and that's going to help open up their confidence level a bit. 45 seconds to go here in the first period. Langdon up 22-14. Here comes Crockett. Crockett pulls up that jumper off the mark. Rebound tipped around McDonald after it. Phillips to the bucket, gets it charged. Marty McDonald stood tough inside. He took the shot from Phillips. Phillips gets foul number 1.
Langdon right now is a little bit emotional too high.
Bloodshot will come out of the ballgame. He gave it his all. Trevor Rumpho in from Justin Schomer. Rumpho back to Schomer. 22-14, 31 seconds remaining here in the first period of the Region 3 Championship ballgame. Munich finding themselves down by 8 points. Worth with the basketball. Bounce pass to McDonald. Marty with it. 21 seconds to go. They free up Hall. Hall with it outside on the right side. Here comes Rumpho around up on top. Trevor with the basketball. 14 seconds to go. Schomer comes out on the right wing. Trevor Rumpho, a senior, will give it to Marty McDonald. 8 seconds to go. Marty with it. Drives in across the middle. Puts up the shot. There's a whistle and a foul call. The foul will be against that of Clayton Fetch, who has checked in for Langdon. That is number 1 against him. McDonald, who has 4 points in the ballgame, will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, Langdon had a 13-point lead at one time here. Munich scored the last 5, and they're going to call it on the drive, so that's maybe fortunate for Langdon, because McDonald sets the line. It's usually 2 points.
Munich inbounds. Chris Worth, 4 seconds to go. They give it in the corner to Schomer. Schomer at the buzzer. Shot is good for 3. Big bucket. Schomer at the buzzer hits the 3.
Munich's got to feel very fortunate. Langdon, like I said, played with a little bit too much emotion that time. Come out with 22 points. Now they just got to realize they got to buckle down, and this is a 32-minute ball game, not an 8.
It's 22-17, 5-point lead for the Cardinals. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Completed in this Region 3 championship ball game. Munich down by 5, 22-17 off the Justin Schomer three-pointer. We'll get the basketball back. Here's a big possession for Munich to see if they can answer back to that three-point attempt. But a Tibbetts steal. And the McDonald steal back to Hall. Munich gets it back. Over to Rumpho. Rumpho looks like he wanted the three and will wisely bring it up on top. Munich will be content to work it around. Look for a high percentage shot. Here's McDonald. That's high percentage, but it's off the mark. Rebound inside. Schomer has it taken away by Sillers. Sillers gave him a shoulder. Nothing called there. A little bit of acting. And Sillers will bring it out. Schomer went for the Grammy Award, and they give it back to Langdon. Langdon down inside to Phillips. Phillips got to take it down low. No good. Rebound. Hall after it. And there's going to be Stremick going over the back.
Langdon just got to get back in the game and start playing with their head a little bit and let the emotions play away a little bit.
Now this will be the bonus situation here for Justin Schomer as he will go to the free throw line. They're going to send Hall to the free throw line. Hall has 2 points.
Look at this. Langdon, Munich's in the bonus already with only 7 minutes to go in the half.
And Hall will get the free throw.
This is Munich's bread and butter.
They showed us, there was a proven factor last night. They went, what was it, 25 of 30?
25-29.
25 of 29. Hall gets them both. Makes it a 22-19 score. Lang 3-point lead. Sillers guarded man-to-man by Rumpho. Sillers will go end-to-end with it. Puts the shot up. It won't go. A rebound. Stremick on the baseline. Shot is short. Rebound. Out of bounds. It'll be whose ball? Langdon basketball. Sillers with the basketball down low to inbound, brings it out to Jade Tibbetts. Tibbetts with it into Phillips. Phillips moving inside. Schomer comes over, traveling. Schomer helps out. Got Phillips on the traveling violation.
Langdon isn't getting very good ball movement right now. They're making 1 or 2 passes and trying to force things instead of taking what's given to them.
Schomer with the basketball up on top. Nice dribbling. Gets in the lane for 2. And you said before in the pregame, Schomer was not in 2 of those games. He's made his factor known here tonight, and he makes it a 1-point score for Langdon, 22-21. They look in for Phillips. Tibbetts back out to Troy State. Schomer playing over on defense. Worth will tip this one. It's picked up by Tibbetts. He'll reset the half-court offense. 22-21. Tibbetts in the corner of the States. States with the basketball in the right side. Bobbled the ball. Cross-court pass to Stremick. Stremick with it. Gives it up on top to Jade Tibbetts. Tibbetts guarded by Chris Worth. Munich doing a good job in the man-to-man D. They give it out to States on the baseline. He's got some room to shoot. That's no good. Rebound McDonald. And a one-shot opportunity for Langdon. Rebound for Munich. Marty McDonald down on the right side. Looks out to Trevor Rumpho. Munich can get their first lead of the ballgame with a bucket here. Into McDonald. McDonald in the lane. McDonald drives with the hook. Get it goes. Munich up by 1.
It was 22-9 at one time, and they've scored 14 unanswered points.
Langdon needs a bucket to build their confidence. They give it inside. There's a whistle and a foul.
Oh, that's a big foul.
And that's going against McDonald, pushing against Phillips. Number 2 against Marty McDonald. They're going to bring Phillips out of the ball game, bring in Crum. Langdon down by 1, 23-22. They give it into Tibbetts back in the corner to Sillers. Sillers with it, playing with that sore knee, but it really didn't affect him in yesterday's game. Tibbetts with it. He can shoot outside. When he gets out, he's deadly. In the corner, he's tied up. Now gives it off to Stremick. Stremick moving, double pump for 2.
That's a nice move.
Fine athlete in that Stremick kid. He gets his first 2 of the ball game. Langdon goes back up by 1. Where's Rumpho over to Chris Worth. Worth with it. They're trying to free up McDonald. They find Marty all alone. Worth never even looked at him. Patrick Hall with it. He'll try and drive. There's a whistle and a blocking foul called. And I believe it's against Stremick. Stremick with his second personal foul. Patrick Hall will go to the free throw line.
The second one on Stremick, so fouls could play an important part in this ball game.
To the line is Patrick Hall. Free throw is up and in. have down with 5 points in the ballgame, 3 of 3 at the line in this period. Munich only has 3 team fouls, while Langdon has put Munich in the bonus. And Munich goes up by 1, 25-24. 5 minutes to go here in the second period. Region 3 champion. Nice move by State. Schomer with a block. Rumko after it. Rumko throws it off of the leg of Langdon Stillers. And Rumko ended up in the bench, up in the stands. Heads up play there. And now we need an official timeout. As it is so loud in this gymnasium.
Referees are really having a hard time hearing the horn.
Check over there with the official books, if you will, Randy. See how many points Marty McDonald has. If he did get a free throw or not in the first period.
No, he did not. He's got 6 points.
I'm missing 1 point in that first period. I guess it really doesn't matter. Munich has the lead right now, 25-24.
3 3-pointers.
McDonald hit for 3 in the first period?
No, Westfall had a 3, Hall had a 3, and Schomer had a 3.
Oh, Patrick Hall, I had the missing point. So Hall hit for 3 in the first period. Here's a turnover by Munich down at the other end. So with that three-pointer for Patrick Hall, he now has 7 points. So we have it corrected. We apologize for the error on my part. 25-24. It's a 1-point lead for Munich. They go into Stremick. Stremick against Hall. Gets the bucket to go. 26-25. Langdon goes up by 1. Marty McDonald on the right side. McDonald with the basketball. Guarded by Crum. Langdon man-to-man. They free up Hall top. Hall with it. Out to McDonald. His jumper is good.
Nice play set up by Hall there on the penetration.
States brings it down on the other end, driving inside over McDonald. The shot won't drop. Rebound tipped around. Phillips back in. Ball popped away. Phillips may have been fouled on that one.
He kind of got grabbed in the arm that time. The referee just wasn't in position to see it.
He was screened out of it. Here's McDonald with the one-hander. McDonald has 6 this period, 10 in the ballgame. 3-point lead for Munich at 29-26. Into Phillips. Phillips needs a bucket here. It won't go. Rebound Hall.
Langdon just isn't executing very well right now.
Trevor Rumpel with the basketball for the Munich Magicians, up 29-26. Rumpel with it. Over to Patrick Hall. He's got room for the three-pointer. Good. That's the second three-pointer of the ballgame for Patrick Hall. Biggest lead of the ballgame for 6 for Munich, 32-26. Stillers comes back into Phillips. Back out to Stremick. Stremick with the basketball. Stillers into Phillips. Phillips with a move down low. Blocked from behind the ball, but he got him with a body. Got him on top.
Almost for laying the hand on the back on when he blocked the shot.
And that is number 1 against Patrick Hall. Danny Phillips will be at the free throw line.
Something I think Langdon's really got to do is they've got to get the ball in Jason Silver's hands coming up the floor, because he seems to know when everybody should be out and running the offense. And it seems like when they come down the floor and somebody else has it, they just don't get into the execution very well.
Phillips will be at the free throw line for the Munich Magicians, or rather for the Langdon Cardinals. Munich up 32-26. 3:19 to go here in the second period. Region 3 championship ball game on KXPO. Bernie Linstead and Randy Jordan bringing you the coverage tonight from Grafton. Phillips at the line. He has 6 points. Free throw is a big one.
They're going to play a very important part in this game of field, because whoever starts missing the free throws could find themselves falling behind.
Phillips will go back to the free throw line. This one is up, and he gets them both. He's got 8 tonight.
Both teams are in the bonus right now for the rest of the half. So.
3:17 to go in the second period. Schomer brings it down the lane. Looks over at Chris Worth. Worth with it. They'll give him the shot, but they find Westfall open on the right side. Matt with it back over to Marty McDonald. Crum guarding him. McDonald trying to go on the right side. Poked away there. Stillers comes over to help on, and he gets the steal.
Good help on defense for Jason Stillers there.
Stillers brings it down against Trevor Rumpo. Stillers going back on the left side. Looks around, gives it to Stremick. Stremick with the basketball. You need to get it over to Stillers, as Randy said, and Stillers going to create it. He drives to the hoop, but won't go. Rebound by Marty McDonald.
But see, they executed well again. It just didn't roll for them.
Trevor Rumpo with the basketball for the Magicians. They're up 32-28. Over to to Matt Westfall. They look in the corner to Trevor Rumpfall. Out to Marty McDonald. McDonald trying to go. McDonald putting that elbow out. He'll be able to watch that. Here comes Westfall's shot underneath. No go. Rebound Stillers with the basketball. Marty McDonald has 2 fouls in the ballgame from Munich. Only a magician with 2 fouls. Crocker with it out to Crum. Crum with the first step against Westfall. Shot won't go. Rebound. Schomer holds on. That's 3 times down where the shots just won't go for Langdon.
Like I said, but they're only making 1 or 2 passes before they're shooting it, and I think they just got to move the ball a little more.
Schomer with the basketball. Frees up Chris Worth on the right side. Worth with it to Marty McDonald. He'll take that jumper 3.
You cannot sag off him. You got to play him tight, stop him getting the ball.
First 3-pointer for McDonald. He's leading the Magicians with scoring with so far 9 points in this period. Jump ball tied up. Stillers and Rumpfo. The ball will go back over to Langdon. Tibbetts and Fetch coming in. Stillers and Stremick out. Bloodshot comes in for Rumpfo. 35-28. 7-point Munich lead with 1:37 to go in the half. Jade Tibbetts to bring it into Fetch. Fetch with the basketball. Gives it over to Jade Tibbetts. Tibbetts with it. Guarded by Chris Worth. Almost tied up. Backdoor to Fetch. Fetch is going to be fouled by Schomer.
Nice backdoor there, pass by J.D. Tibbetts to Fetch that was cutting backdoor.
Schomer picks up his first personal foul. I have him down to 1 foul. And Clayton Fetch will go to the line. Marty McDonald will come out with 1:26 left in the second period. They'll bring in the other leaper in Patrick Hall.
They just don't want Marty to pick up that 3rd foul before half.
With a 7-point lead, Fetch will go to the line. Langdon trailing. McDonald goes out while Munich has the lead. Free throw is no good. A rebound tipped around. Hall can't hold on. And then Phillips with it is called for traveling. And that's going to frustrate Phillips even more, take him out of his game plan.
Yeah, I think he kind of got fouled on the arm there, he thought, and he just got to make sure he keeps his head in the ball game.
Bloodshot will bring it down for Munich, who is up 35-28. They give it over to Chris Worth. Worth's going to drive inside, puts it up in the paint, it goes. And Worth will help out on the offensive floor, gets his first 2 of the ball game. As we approach the 1-minute mark of the second period, Fetch with the basketball, trying to get it over to Crockett, and Hall and Phillips banging inside, and Hall will get the push.
They're not going to let you push the guy where he wants to be. They're letting the offense set themselves, and they're just not going to let the contact go by. As long as they're consistent, I think they can do that.
Patrick Hall picks up his second foul, and back to the line will be that of Danny Phillips. Langdon has only scored 6 points in this period. Free throw is up and in. Marty McDonald will come in for Matt Westfall with 1:01 showing here in the second period. 37-29 our score. An 8-point lead for Munich. Stillers is getting set to come back in. Phillips back at the line. Free throw is short. Rebound Hall will bring it down. Patrick Hall clears off to Justin Schomer with under a minute to go. Jack DeMaine might spread it out. We'll wait and see. It looks like they're going to attack the basket. They try to free up Hall inside. They give it over to Chris Worth. McDonald underneath on a nice play. The pass was just a little too far away from McDonald.
They're trying to force it. They're running that nice flex offense, and they're just not waiting for the guy to get open. They're rushing the pass first.
Crockett comes out of the ballgame. Munich will bring on some sort of a press now. Hall is going to come out. Westfall back in. 46 seconds remaining. As Jack DeMaine is bringing Westfall in here for the defense, they don't want Hall to get the 3rd personal foul. 37-29, 8-point lead for Munich. They're playing great D right now. Crum with the basketball. They try to get it over to Tibbetts. 29 seconds to go into Phillips out to Stillers. Stillers up for 3. He gets it to go.
He's tough on that pass out from the post.
Stillers gets his 8th point in the ballgame, makes it a 37-32 score, 5-point lead for Munich. 14 seconds remaining in the half. Worth with the basketball. McDonald comes around. Westfall with it out on the right side. McDonald top of the key. Westfall drives in the lane, gets the shot. He's got 7 points. At the buzzer, the shot is up. It just goes off the rim. And Munich goes down to the locker room with a 7-point lead at the end of 2 complete. Munich 39, Langdon 32. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Ball, and the first couple possession Munich's got, Langdon's really got to stick them.
Schomer with the basketball out on the left wing. Langdon drops back.
Langdon switched to defense. They're going to a 1-3 chaser on McDonald.
McDonald scored 13 in that first half. Here's Westfall. He'll have to step up to help out on offense, and he gets the roll. Munich's still hot.
That's your supporting cast.
9 for Westfall, and it's 41-32. Stillers with the basketball. He'll run the show. Gives off to Jade Tibbetts. He can shoot from outside or inside anywhere he wants to. Stremick with it out on the wing on the right side. It dumps it into Phillips. Phillips triple team. Finds open. Crum all alone. Shot won't drop. Rebound McDonald. Rumpel will bring it down. Gives off to Matt Westfall. Stremick is the defensive assignment on Marty McDonald. Rumpel with it outside. He'll try for three. Won't go. Rebound tipped around. It'll be off of Tibbetts. Munich basketball.
Something they can't have. They can only afford to give the shooters of Munich one shot.
Schomer will be inbounding. Schomer to inbound in the baseline out to Marty McDonald. Marty McDonald with the basketball. Stremick guarding him. McDonald with it over to Rumpel. Westfall in the corner down the left side. McDonald comes around. They find Rumpel open now in the corner to Schomer. Schomer will try for the three. A long shot. No good. Ball is tipped by Hall and picked up by Rumpel.
Langdon just are standing around too much and aren't going after the ball aggressively enough.
With it is Munich. Here's Hall with it outside. Westfall over from Hall on the right side. Looks over at McDonald underneath. Backboard to Hall. Hall for two. Munich comes out with the first 4 of the third period.
That's what we said. The first 3 or 4 minutes are very crucial, especially for Langdon. They can't afford to get down by too much.
Stillers with the basketball.
I think they got to get the ball inside to Phillips and try and draw the foul on McDonald.
Over to Phillips. McDonald guarding him. McDonald has 2 fouls. Into Stremick. Back out to Phillips. Phillips will take that J outside. Good.
That's a big basket.
Phillips leads all Langdon scores with 11, and it's 43-34 our score. Schomer brings it down for the Magicians. Over to Rumpel. Trevor with the back over to Justin Schomer. McDonald down left corner. Stremick hanging to him like glue to paper. Across the Hall on the right side out on the wing. He'll reset the offense on top. 5:42 to go in the third period. Munich up 43-34. Westfall outside. Munich goes across the bottom out to Schomer. Schomer is content to step up and take the three. Lets it fly. No good. Off the front of the rim. Didn't follow a shot. He had a lane to go at it. Stillers over to Stremick. Stremick trying to drive. It's lost out of bounds off Stremick.
Langdon's got to get that transition game going.
And Charlie Jordan will wisely take a timeout. Langdon coming out a little cold in this period. 5:24 to go in the third period. 43-34. Munich with the lead back in 30. For all of your automotive needs, we'll get them going.
Well, hopefully.
It's in the blood. I think it is. Schomer with the basketball.
See, now they come out in the jug zone and are putting a little bit more pressure on the perimeter.
Rumpel with it. Back to Schomer. Patrick Hall on the right side. Stillers cross court over to Westfall. Schomer with it out on the left side on the wing. 5 minutes to go in the third. They give it up to Patrick Hall. The three Westfall up in the corner. Matt will take it down. Looks across over to Schomer. Munich taking them long cross court passes back over to Matt Westfall. Langdon covering up on defense.
Langdon still sitting back a little bit too much, I think, and aren't putting enough pressure on the ball.
Rumpel with the basketball. Munich will be content to work the clock. Westfall down to Patrick Hall, trying to work it. Now McDonald thought there was someone behind him. And Munich turns it over for the first time in the second half.
But the big thing is Munich's turning it over, but Langdon's got to capitalize on their mistakes.
We'll see how they respond when Stillers gets it in from Stremick. Langdon trails 43-34 in the corner to Crum. They're looking at Stremick. It goes over to Phillips. Phillips with it is going to be fouled there, and that'll be against Matt Westfall. That was almost a turnover by Langdon. Phillips was there to cover up, though.
Yeah, it was.
Matt Westfall with his second. Langdon needs a bucket right now.
See if they can execute this inbounds play to Stillers.
Back into Phillips. Phillips with a nice move for the two. Off the glass for the Duke.
Phillips is ready to play. He wants the basketball, and I think that's something Langdon's got to do. They got to get him the ball.
The bread and butter right now is Phillips inside. He's playing with integrity and He can get it done. Westfall up to Schomer, back over to Hall in the corner to Rumfo. Langdon doing a good job taking McDonald out of this one. The ball is tipped out of bounds. They say Stillers tipped it. Stillers thought it went off Patrick Hall. Bloodshot will be coming into the ball game. In for Trevor Rumfo. Munich basketball. Westfall will be inbounding. As Schomer up on top. He needs some instructions from Demain. Gives it back down Matt Westfall. Brings it back out to Schomer. Back in the corner to Matt Westfall. He'll take that jumper outside for 3. He's got 12 in the ball game. 10-point lead for Munich. 3:48 to go here in the third. Crum looks inside at Stremick. They give it up to Phillips. Phillips goes up high for the pass. Now out to Crum. Joel with it. A whistle and a pushing foul inside. Either Fletchak or McDonald down in the area. We'll wait and see. Foul goes against Justin Fletchak, and that is number 1 against him. Munich plays in a man-to-man D. They bring it into Stremick. They free up Stillers in the corner. Fletchak guarding him. Munich doing a good job on D. Tibbetts now trying to get a shot away. Puts up the 3. Forced it up. And the rebound all alone is Patrick Hall. 3:27 to go here in the third period. Munich up 46-36. Rumfo in the corner to Westfall. He'll try for another 3. That is up. No good. Rebound by Danny Phillips. Phillips clears it out. He'll give it away where Jason Stillers will bring it down to set up the half court. Stillers trying to drive. Dumps it in the corner to Phillips. Phillips on the baseline. 2 more.
Got to get him the ball, but down here Munich is still getting too good a shot. Lang is trying to put a little bit more pressure on the perimeter, but they're still not coming out far enough.
46-38. Phillips has 6 this period. Westfall out to Schomer. Stremick will play defense against Schomer. They give it into Marty McDonald as Langdon switched up on defense. Over to Schomer. He brings down a high pass from Westfall. Patrick Hall down in the right corner. 2:38 to go in the third period. 46-38.
The tempo of the ball. I think Munich wanted to play the whole game, and right now Ryan Langdon's not doing a very good job of forcing the Munich to execute.
Hall keeps it in, gives it to Fletchak into McDonald. McDonald will pull up the jumper for 2. McDonald had nowhere to go. Why not shoot the ball?
He just made a nice fake look away like he was going to pass the ball and then pulled up and shot it after the defense sagged back.
McDonald with 15. Stillers moving inside. Gets the shot he wanted, but Fletchak with the body will get the foul. And that'll be number 2 against Justin Fletchak. They're going to bring in Mike Crockett and Troy States for Langdon and replace the Jade Tibbetts and Joel Crum. 48-38. Langdon down by 10 with 2:13 to go in the third period. They're going to send Jason Stillers to the free throw line. Chris Worth will be checking in now. And he will be coming in for Patrick Hall. Rumfo comes into the ball game. He will replace Fletchak. As both coaches doing a little mind game here as Stillers waits at the free throw line. Jason Stillers at the line. Hits the free throw. And these are the ones neither team can afford to miss.
That's right. We're getting down to crunch time now.
Free throw, both of them are good. He's got 10 in the ball game. 48-40.
Langdon's going to come with some full court pressure to try to pick up the tempo.
And Westfall trouble with the dribble, taken away by Stillers. Here's a big opportunity for Langdon. Bumped by Rumfo, no foul. Stillers with the top of the key. Stillers down to Phillips. Phillips with it on the baseline against McDonald. Won't go. Rebound. Brought down Crockett. Crockett underneath. Tough angle. No good. Phillips. Phillips inside. A whistle and a foul. That's number 3. McDonald will pick up foul number 3.
Free throws here still are very important, though. They're called on the rebound before the shot.
And this time it is team foul number 4 against Munich. Langdon yet to commit a foul in the second half. Here's a shot by Crockett that goes. Langdon's got it going for the meantime.
Going to have to get some supporting cast for Phillips.
Full court pressure put on. Stillers up front. They give it over to Rumfo. Trevor Rumfo across the timeline. Bloodshot is set to come back in, and Rumfo rounding the corner. States is up to help out. Langdon gets the ball back. Jack DeMain needs a timeout. Minute 38 to go in the third period. It's 48-42. Munich up by 6. Langdon basketball. We'll be back in 30.
YP more to keep the coverage stocked in the hunt.
Goes towards Langdon as they get a little bit of that back to their advantage. Stremick to inbound.
I think Langdon's still got to call the ball into Stremick right now, or to Phillips right now, and see if he can get that fourth one on McDonald.
Stillers with the basketball on the right side to Troy State. Back to Stillers into Stremick on a nice pass inside. Bucket good. Russell Stremick has 6 points. Full court pressure put on by the Cardinals. Up to McDonald. McDonald brings it down. Stremick coming from behind. McDonald with the basketball. Triple team now finds Fletchock open. 48-44. Munich up by 4. Worth into McDonald. Again, Phillips puts it off the glass.
They can't forget about where he's at, though.
Marty has 4 this period, 17 in the ball game. Back to a 6-point lead for Munich with under a minute to go in the third. Here's Stillers driving inside, gets the shot to go, and he's fouled.
Nice touch. Nice body control.
Stillers going inside, gets the bucket to drop, and the foul goes against. That was called against Schomer, number 1 or number 2 against Schomer. As Stillers has now 12 points in the ball game. And he can make this a 3-point game with under a minute to go in the third period. It's 50-46. Langdon down by 4. Free throw is good. Munich up by 3, 57-50. Fetch will be coming into the ballgame. They're going to bring Stillers out.
They'll give him a rest, I think, for the next 56 seconds. Get them ready for the fourth quarter.
Munich up by 3. Langdon with a full court press. They break Fletchock long. They give Marty McDonald the ball. He'll wave everybody back. He'll bring it up against Stremick. Take them left side. McDonald with the basketball over 2. In the corner, Westfall back to McDonald. McDonald coming across as Crockett, and that'll be a foul against Mike Crockett.
Langdon is forgetting about McDonald in the half-court defense, and it's something they can't do.
Crockett picks up his first. That is only the first team foul against Langdon in this half. It comes with 44 seconds remaining in the period. Fletchock looks back down at Schomer. Munich up by 3, 50-47. They give it over to Schomer in the corner to Patrick Hall. They have McDonald open. Crockett guarding him down low. Fletchock will reset the offense with 31 seconds remaining. A bit of trouble, gives it over to Schomer. Now they switch up as Fetch is guarding that of McDonald. They give it to Westfall. Westfall with it. They have Hall open on the far side. They give it up to Fletchock, over to Patrick Hall. Around to Schomer down on the left side. 15 seconds to go here in the third period. Westfall lost it out of bounds. Westfall took his eye off the basketball.
Now we'll see if Langdon can execute the next 10 seconds.
With 10 seconds to go in the period, they're going to bring Stillers in for the 3-point threat. Down by 3, 50-47.
I think here we should see an inbound pick here, Seth, so we get the ball in Stillers' hands. And look for him to go to Phillips inside.
Langdon down by 3 with 10 seconds remaining in the third period, 50-47. Stremick to inbound, into State. State's with it against Fletchock. State's in the corner, 6 seconds to go. They free up Stillers in the corner. Into Phillips against McDonald. Phillips shot, no good. Rebound brought down. There's a whistle and a foul at the buzzer. There's going to be a foul. I believe it is against Schomer. If so, that is number 3 against Schomer. Schomer with his third foul. Was it on the shot?
They say it was on the rebound, but I thought it was both the same thing. It looked like he was trying to shoot the ball on the rebound, but evidently they felt there wasn't enough control yet.
Well, they're putting Fetch at the line. And Fetch won't hit the free throw.
They missed the bonus. He didn't get the bonus.
And we go to the end of 3 periods complete, and kind of a shaky finish to that third, but we are completed through 3 periods. It is Munich 50, Langdon 47. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Do it.
With 8 minutes to go, the season's on the line for both teams. Munich with a 3-point lead. Langdon basketball. Stillers gets it in. Munich will go man-to-man. See if they take it in. They got to get it into Phillips. Phillips scored 6 points that last period. Stillers with it up top. Now they go back door to State. State's going to move for 2. One-point lead for Munich. Schomer with it inbound. Fletchock back. Gets it across the timeline. Munich up by 1. 7:33 to go. McDonald with it over to Schomer. Momentum has swung over to Langdon's favor. Fletchock 3 down in the corner. Guarded by States. They give it out to Schomer. Up to Hall in the corner. McDonald. McDonald 3 for the jumper. Won't go. Schomer keeps it alive with a tip. Rebound Westfall. Westfall 3 inside for 2.
Langdon's got to do a better job of rebounding the ball.
3-point lead for the Magicians. 52-49. Here's Stillers with a nice move to the bucket. Stillers shot up, and it goes! That was an all-pro move there.
Crop insurance premiums less in 1991. Hagen Insurance and Ag Record Management of Grafton say it's possible. There's a new product for the 1991 farm year that will allow you to purchase both your multi-peril crop insurance and hail insurance in one policy with maximum protection at a low price.
Across it goes. Hall in the right corner, 52-51. Long pass over to Schomer. Munich up by 1. 52-51 in the corner to Fletchak. In the Westfall. Against Stremick. Stremick with a block. Fletchak with the ball. Fletchak dumps it back out to Patrick Hall. To Marty McDonald. Stremick will guard him. Cross-court pass. Schomer with the basketball. Down to Hall in the corner. Patrick Hall with it. Schomer all alone. Schomer with the basketball. Trying to get a shot off. Gives it out to Fletchak. Justin Fletchak guarded by Troy State. Spins around. Gives it off to Patrick Hall. Up on top to Justin Schomer. Munich will work their half-court offense. 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Munich up by 1. Underneath to Justin Schomer. Against Phillips. And there's a traveling call. Phillips, good crowd.
Good helping defense that time by Stillers. Closing down on the guy inside the block.
Crockett and Tibbetts are back in for Stremick and Fett.
Now comes the chance of the depth. Could be a big important factor here.
Langdon will try to get their lead back. They trail by 1, 52-51 with 5:43, or rather 5:53 to go. Stillers with the ball. He's the guy you want handling it now. Crockett with it. They're looking for Tibbetts. Phillips comes up on top. McDonald guarding him. To State, over to Crockett. Crockett with it. They try to get it underneath to Tibbetts. Tibbetts with it. To Phillips. Phillips walks with the ball. They call 3 seconds.
On the pass back up. Langdon, I think, got to do a better job. Right now, Schomer is really sticking to Stillers like glue, and once he gets rid of the ball, he's not getting it back. And all Langdon, I think, would have to do is maybe set a little screen for him.
Cardinals will bring on the full court pressure. Schomer to inbound. They give it into Trevor Rumpho. Rumpho with it. Threw that arm out. He better watch that or he'll get the offense. McDonald across to Schomer. Schomer with it. Looks in at Patrick Hall out on the right side. Now up to Rumpho. Rumpho, the shorter player on the floor. Dribbles it over to that of Westfall. Backdoor to Hall, who goes up high into McDonald on a nice give and go. It hung in there and dropped.
That was a nice play. Hall never even brought the ball down before he dished off into McDonald.
Munich up by 3 with 5 minutes to go in the ball game. In the corner to States. States went for the 3. Now he gets a nice move, and they throw it ahead. It goes through the lane. It's going to be out of bounds. Last touch. It'll be off of jump ball. Munich basketball. Big possession there. The ball goes out of bounds, but they don't know who touched it last. States is going to talk with the officials. Charlie Jordan over there. It went through so many I didn't see who it touched last. The officials call the alternate possession rule. Munich will get it back. 4:58 to go. 54-51. 3-point lead for the Magicians. Langdon timeout. Back in 30. Schomer will inbound to Marty McDonald.
Okay, we got Langdon going back man-to-man now, and we got Phillips on McDonald, which could be a little bit of a mismatch maybe from the outside part of it.
With it is Rumpho. Over to Westfall. They look underneath for McDonald to give it over to Schomer to Rumpho on the left side. Trevor with it. They free up Westfall up on top. They're really going inside. Phillips and McDonald are banging around underneath. Schomer with it way up on top. Munich up 54-51. 4:28 to go. They get it into Hall.
Good help.
Stillers comes over to help Hall.
Good help defense.
Stillers with the defensive move gets the ball back, driving down, looks to get a shot off, now gives it out to Crockett. Crockett with a back up to Stillers, looks at the 3, Rumpho guarding him. They give it inside. Here's a move in underneath, the ball top 3 on the baseline. Tibbetts will cover up. Schomer guarding him. Tibbetts in the corner, trying to get it down to Phillips. Schomer will tip this one. It's out of bounds. It'll be back over to Langdon. 4:02 to go in the Region 3 title. Munich holding on to a 3-point lead, 54-51. Tibbetts the inbound. They get it right into Phillips. Phillips back out to Stillers. Back down to Phillips. Against McDonald. Phillips shot. It goes.
Nice touch. It hung up on the rim and then fell back in.
54-53. It's a 1-point lead for Munich. Marty McDonald down the floor. Munich's going to switch up on offense. McDonald gets the move down the right side. Back up to Rumpho. 3:39 to go. Munich up by 1. Rumpel with the basketball. Back over to Marty McDonald. They're going to bring Schomer out. Isolating.
Phillips doing a good job right now, but I think when McDonald gets the ball way out front, he's going to have to back off him a little bit.
Patrick Hall to Marty McDonald out on the left side. Marty with it. Has Rumpel up on top. 3:20 to play. Munich up by 1. 54-53. Patrick Hall with it. They give it to Marty McDonald. Wasn't watching, but his natural ability got him back to the ball in a hurry. Patrick Hall with it. Trying to drive down the right side. Now tied up. Gives it in the corner to Schomer. Schomer with it. Back to Marty McDonald. Langdon content to step back in their D. Man-to-man. Phillips on McDonald. Over to Rumpel. Rumpel with it. Trying to drive down. Gives to Patrick Hall. There's a whistle and a bump and a foul.
Nothing hurts because Langdon, you know, when the ball game is down here where Langdon is behind, got a foul, they're going to have to put some crucial fouls on anyway, and here they still got 3 to give.
And that's Stillers with his first personal foul. Crockett and Tibbetts out. Tremick and also back in are Trum. State came back into the ball game. They bring it into Marty McDonald from Schomer. 2:50 to go in the ballgame. Munich up by 1. McDonald with a move. Trying to spin around Phillips. With it now. Bounce past to Rumpel. In the corner it goes to Hall. McDonald goes inside. They give it up on top to Schomer. Rumpel's open. Rumpel with the basketball. Down to McDonald on the baseline. Phillips doing a good job on Hill. Up to Patrick Hall. Around to Rumpel. Trevor with the basketball. Looked at a shot. Won't take it. 2.5 minutes to play.
Langdon killed a lot of time here on this possession.
Rumpel with the basketball. They look over at Schomer. Now in a bit of trouble. Comes with his dribble. Gives to Patrick Hall. Hall with it. Drives up. Over to McDonald. Brings down a high pass. Jack DeMaine wants a timeout. Now he'll get one. Patrick Hall gets to the official first. 2:13 to go in the ballgame. Munich timeout. There with the basketball. They have a lead. 54-53. Back in 30 seconds.
Carrying the latest in farm supplies. Conveniently located on
Munich basketball. Schomer will be inbounding. They break Marty McDonald back. They'll bring it across midcourt.
They put Stremick on McDonald now and put Phillips back on Hall.
Or rather McDonald with the basketball. Dribbling around in the open court. Goes down in the baseline. Out it goes to Patrick Hall. Up on top, Schomer back to Hall. Hall with it. Started by Phillips. Hall going to the bucket. Down in the baseline. Gives out to McDonald. McDonald won't take that shot. He was wide open.
That's a gimme. I don't know why he can pass that up.
With it. It's Hall. Munich holding on to the basketball. 1:39 to play. They're up by 1. State starting Rumpel.
Munich, I think, is going for the foul.
I think they're going for the free throw line victory here.
Langdon's got to come back now. A minute and a half to go. They really got to come out maybe and start putting a little bit more pressure on.
And there's going to be the foul.
They do have 3 fouls yet to give before they get to go to the free throw line. So they can go forward to go for some steals.
Stillers picks up his 3rd foul. McDonald will be inbounding. 1:25 to go. Rather, Schomer will inbound. 1:25 to play in this one. They bring it into Marty McDonald. Throw it ahead of McDonald. He brings it down. He chases down the loose ball. McDonald will bring it out. McDonald with the basketball. Finds open Schomer. 1:18 to play. Munich up by 1. McDonald with the basketball.
Langdon needs to go for some steals here, and if they fall, so what?
With the basketball is Rumpel. Rumpel gets screened. Rumpel dumps it off in the corner. Westfall out to McDonald. 1:03 to go. Out to Schomer. Schomer with the Munich up by 1 with under a minute to play in the ballgame. Schomer with the basketball is going to be fouled there by Stillers, and that is number 4 against Stillers.
That hurts because nobody else is out there falling enough. Somebody else is going to have to fall.
58 seconds to go. Fetch will check in for Stillers. Bloodshot is coming in. Charlie Jordan is going to take a timeout. 58 seconds remaining. Munich up by 1. 54-53. Langdon timeout. Back in 30.
Time to buy a new sprayer and drive over to Anderson Sales Incorporated of Cavalier in Edinburgh and check out the brand new Hardy trailer sprayers in sizes from 300 to 1,000 gallons and boom widths from 35 to 82 feet. If your water heater is going out, Beams Plumbing of Cavalier and the Otter Tail Power Company is here to replace it with an energy-efficient States water heater. For paints you need, see Coast to Coast of Cavalier. They have latex flat wall paint, white ceiling paint, flat enamel, and semi-gloss enamel. All our Cavalier Sports boosters on KXPO.
4:53.
Munich's going to go for the fouls, and Langdon's just going to make sure that they're going to go for the steal now here, and they can't let Munich run off the clock too much, I don't think.
Schomer will be inbounding. They break Fletchock long to bring it into McDonald.
I think Langdon's got to, when McDonald gives up the ball, they can't afford to give it back to him, and they don't want to foul him.
And State came up and gave McDonald a bump, and that is a foul against Troy State, his first. And now Munich will go to the free throw line. Sailors will come in for Langdon and replace a Fetch.
I think he'd like to foul one of the younger ones in which McDonald is pretty much a money ball player.
McDonald will go to the free throw line in this contest. 54 seconds remaining. Munich has held on to their 1-point lead, 54-53, for over a minute and more. Almost close to 2 minutes they held on to it. McDonald will go to the free throw line.
It was over 2.5, I think, when they held on to the ball.
Free throw by McDonald is good. It's still a 2-point ball game with under a minute to play. A free throw here would make it 3. 54 seconds is a lot of basketball.
Oh, you bet.
McDonald with it. Gets them both. Into Stillers. Stillers with the basketball.
Big possession here for Langdon. They're going to have to score to keep this game within 1 or 2.
Into Phillips. Phillips with it. McDonald on him. They give it to Stillers. Stillers looking to get a three-pointer away. It's up and it's good!
It's a high ball game.
High ball game as Stillers gets the three, and he had a man in his face. They're going to spread it out, I bet.
Langdon does not want to fall now. They just got to play good defense, and hopefully Munich will turn it over.
28 seconds to go. We're tied at 56. Munich basketball.
You know you're going to go to McDonald. You better keep a guy on him.
Rumpel with it. In the corner to Westphal. Westphal with it. 18 seconds to go. And now they want a timeout. McDonald will go and get one. 15 seconds to go in the ballgame. We're tied at 56. We're going to keep it right here. Fletchock is checking into the ballgame. Stillers, what a big-time effort on him. He had a man in his face, and he let go of that three-pointer. He didn't get an inch, and he still got it.
No, I know. They were all over him, and he just, well, that's the kind of game he's played the whole night.
Oh.
What a ball player. He's come out, he's bandaged up knee, and he's played the whole...
With Bernie Linson and Randy Jordan here on KXPO.
I think you got to stop McDonald from getting the ball in the inbound.
They do it the same way. McDonald gets it, and he straddled the line.
Here we go.
10 seconds to go. McDonald has it. Phillips got the effort to guard him. McDonald with it. But going down the corner. McDonald trying to drive. The ball goes out of bounds. It'll be off State's Munich ball with 3 seconds to play. Munich has 3 seconds to get a shot away. And Schomer will be inbounding. 3 seconds remain. We're tied at 56.
Watch the pick.
They free up. McDonald puts the shot up in the buzzer. It won't go. And we go to overtime.
I think it's made to be.
I think this one was made to be. As Randy said, that shot was short. Woo! At the end of regulation. Munich 56. Langdon 56. This place has hit hysteria level.
We got a 3-minute game.
And now, after Munich was unable to pull it off at the end, Langdon hung tough.
Langdon's got to feel confident.
They got to have a little confidence. We got 3 minutes of extra basketball to go. If you paid your money to get in through the door, you got it back and then some. 3 minutes left in the 1991 Region 3 championship ball game. McDonald's shot at the buzzer was short.
Yeah, he was wide open, too.
And he was open. I think he felt the pressure.
I think it looked good, though.
It looked good from here, and it came up off the back of the glass. Overtime on KXPO. I'm ready. I hope you are. Danny Phillips will be tipping this one up against Patrick Hall. And a lot of times, whoever gets the ball first might want to work the clock. We'll wait and see. Tip is up. They're going to re-jump this one.
We got a lot of moving in the circle, too, here.
Phillips and Hall will try it one more time. They're going to move Stremick in a little bit. Now they're going to leave him alone. Hall McDonald gets the tip, but it's brought down by Fletchock. Munich gets the basketball.
You know what they're going to do, right? They're going to try and hold the ball probably like they did before.
Stiller's in the ballgame with 4 fouls. They get it underneath the Hall. Hall's taking it in against Kremick. He walks with the basketball. Langdon will get it back. Munich's going to go full court with them. Troy States will bring it up the floor. States has the basketball. Look for him to go into Phillips. They give it out to Jason Sillers. Sillers hits a big three to tie this one up.
He's going to have to execute the offense. There it goes.
Into Phillips. Around McDonald. Phillips for 2.
Where does the ball get to the Sillers' hands? He knows what to do with it.
19 for Phillips, and Langdon up by 2. 58-56. Overtime in Region 3.
That's Langdon's first lead since the second quarter.
I believe so. Here's McDonald. Over to Matt Westphal. Westphal looks up at Fletchock. They give it out to Justin Fletchock. Spins around, gives it over to Patrick Hall. Trying to free up McDonald underneath. McDonald around Phillips. Gets the move and the score. 23 for McDonald. We're tied at 58. Under 2 minutes to go in overtime.
Langdon got the ball in Stiller's hands. If they want to do it, just got to execute the offense now.
Langdon's got to feel like they got a second win now. Into Phillips from Tibbetts. Phillips with it. Against McDonald. Shot no good, but there's a whistle and a foul.
Hooked on the arm as Phillips went in. Free throws are very important now.
And the foul is number 4 against McDonald. McDonald with 4. Stillers with 4. And Phillips will go to the free throw line. He has 19 in the ball game. Tied at 58 in OT. Crum is going to check back into the ball game. In replace of Tibbetts. Phillips, the junior, 6'7" junior, will go back to the free throw line.
I think they wanted a little bit more muscle on Hall down low.
Langdon at the line. Phillips' shot is good.
Foul's in.
He's got 20 in the ball game. He'll come out and think this one over. Langdon up by 1 in overtime. 1:46 left to go in the first OT. Second free throw. This one is up. That is good.
That's the roll both times.
Nice touch, and it's a 2-point lead. 60-58. Langdon up by 2. McDonald will bring it down the floor for Munich. Marty McDonald with the basketball. Guarded there by Crum. Trying to get free in the paint. Drives for 2. McDonald missed the jumper at the end of regulation, but has 4 in overtime. Phillips has 4 in overtime. Langdon's going to take a timeout. 1:25 to go in OT. We're tied at 60. Don't go away. We'll be back in 30. Langdon will be inbounding where Stremick will inbound far side of the court. Munich will be going man-to-man.
It's going to come down to whoever has the last shot.
Crum brings it into States. States with it.
I get the ball in Stiller's hands, so I think we need to be speeding away for him.
Fletchock will tip it out of bounds. 1:19 to go in overtime. We're tied at 60. Crum comes over to inbound. They're going to bring Tibbetts in on the substitution. He comes in for Stremick.
Tibbetts gets a little bit more outside shot if they need it.
1:19 to go in OT. We're tied at 60. They bring it in. Danny Phillips comes up. Back it goes to Troy State. State going against Fletchock down in the corner. Now comes out on the wing. Here's Sillers with the ball. Guarded by Schomer. They give it over to Troy. State's on top. 1:09 to play in overtime. State's with it tied up. Now gives it over to Tibbetts. Hall guarding him. Tibbetts gets free on the baseline. Poked away momentarily. They give it to Phillips. Phillips gets it off. Under 58 seconds to go in the ball game. Overtime. Stillers with it up on top. Munich playing tight D. Stillers with it on the right side. It goes to Crum. Crum with it. They look inside now up on top to Tibbetts. 46 seconds to go. We're still tied at 60.
Langdon's running the guard-through offense, and I think this is where they try to go for one shot.
Stillers with it. Bounce passed over. Now up to Phillips. Phillips with it. 35 seconds to go in overtime. We're still tied at 60. Up it goes to Stillers with the basketball. 26 seconds to play in overtime. Stillers is going to take it up on top. It goes over to Tibbetts. Langdon crowd to their feet. Stillers with it. 20 seconds to play. Stillers with it. Here comes Schomer across, and a steal! A steal by Munich. Fletchock to McDonald with 13 seconds to play in overtime. McDonald with it. Has 9 seconds to go, and a timeout taken. What happened there, Schomer came up on Sillers. A bounce pass was taken away. Fletchak got it in the corner. 8 seconds to go in overtime. Munich has the ball at midcourt. They take a timeout. Oh!
Shook there and just didn't get under control to run their offense. And
what can you say?
8 seconds again, and Munich's got the chance to win it again at the buzzer.
Munich will have another chance to advance out of the Region 3. Langdon worked it from a minute 20-something down. Munich came up with a big play in the corner. It's coming down to 8 seconds. It's in overtime. We're tied at 60. The Munich crowd up on their feet. Tied at 60 in overtime. McDonald had an opportunity.
You know about your dad? What happened?
He got a heart attack, I think. So Jeffrey called for a doctor. Get Jeffrey, doctor. Hospitality room, hospitality room.
And we do have a medical alert possibility. 8 seconds to go. Munich inbound to Patrick Hall. McDonald with it. McDonald with it at the top of the team. McDonald's shot is forced up. And there's a whistle and a foul with 2 seconds remaining. Two seconds remaining.
Got hammered on the shot.
And a timeout taken. A timeout has been called on the floor. 2 seconds to go. Is Munich going to be at the free throw line?
McDonald will be at the free throw line. He was fouled on the shot. 2 seconds to go. I think he's going to make them.
Money man back to the line.
Especially with 2 shots.
McDonald is going to go to the free throw line. Timeout was taken. We are in overtime of the Region 3 title. It looks like West, who's going to the line? McDonald, as he fired one up at the top of the key. Marty McDonald to go to the free throw line for the Munich Magicians. The line is McDonald. Free throw is good. He gets the first one. Munich up by 1, 61-60. 2 seconds remaining in overtime. A desperation shot, but a lot of time for 2 seconds for Langdon to execute.
They definitely got to throw the ball deep, though.
McDonald back at the line for the second one. It goes. Munich up by 2. Tibbetts looks to inbound. Long. The ball goes up to Sillers. It's taken by Fletchak with a whistle and a foul. With 1 second remaining, there's a whistle and a foul called. Someone will be at the free throw line. Munich will be at the free throw line with 1 second remaining. They're up by 2. They tried to go long to Sillers. The ball was deflected and picked up by Fletchak. Fletchak to go to the free throw line with a second remaining in our overtime. That is number 5 against Jason Sillers, I believe. Sillers falls out of the ball game. Sillers will leave the ball game having scored 18 points. At the line, it will be be Justin Fletchock. Fletchock at the line. Munich up by 2, 1 second remaining in overtime. 62-60 our score. Fletchock will be at the free throw line. His shot is up and good. Back to the free throw line is Justin Fletchock. Second one is good. Munich's going to go to state. With 1 second remaining, there is no hope left. Munich has won the 19 score. Munich 64. Langdon 60. Munich.
Yes, I don't know.
The Munich Magicians losing to Langdon 3 times in the year will not make it 4. The crowd of the Munich Magicians is all out on the floor. The final score in overtime. Munich 64. Langdon 60. This has got to be the toughest loss I've ever seen a team take in history. We are going to have our awards presentation.
Dakota, right basketball over the field. I think
Just won the 1999-91 championship regionals in Grafton. Where are you going? Westfall. You're number 2. Who's number 2? Schomer. Number 2. Who's number 2? We're number 1. We are number 1. Tanya. Go back to the shore reservation. Hi, Max. Hi. Langdon's got where's Daryl? We're number 1. Them babies. I got it. We're running out. Right. Go Trav. like them.